A steaming, spiced meat pie sitting at the center of a Canadian holiday table is the ultimate symbol of a long, cold winter's hearth. For centuries, the tourtière has been more than just a meal. It is the heartbeat of the French-Canadian Christmas, a dish that bridges the gap between the harsh realities of early colonial life and the warmth of modern family tradition. To understand the tourtière, we have to travel back to the 17th century in what was then New France. Life in the early settlements along the St. Lawrence River was defined by survival. The French settlers brought with them the culinary traditions of their homeland, specifically the art of the meat pie. But the Canadian wilderness did not offer the same ingredients found in the markets of Paris or Normandy. The settlers had to adapt. They traded the traditional meats of Europe for what was available in the forests and fields of the New World. Wild game, such as venison, rabbit, or hare, became the base, often mixed with pork and potatoes to stretch the ingredients further. The name itself carries a bit of a historical riddle. It is widely believed that the word tourtière is derived from the word tier, or tourte, which referred to the shallow, round earthenware vessel used in medieval France to bake pies. Over generations, the name of the cooking dish migrated to the food itself. It is a linguistic evolution that mirrors the way the recipe traveled across the ocean, shedding its original identity to become something entirely new and uniquely Canadian. One of the most fascinating aspects of the tourtière is that there is no single, definitive recipe. If you ask 10 different families in Quebec how to make one, you will likely get 10 different answers. This is because the dish was historically a reflection of what a family had on hand. In the Saguenay-Lac-Saint-Jean region, for instance, the dish is often a deep dish, slow-cooked stew, featuring cubes of meat and potatoes layered under a thick, flaky crust. In other parts of the province, the tourtière is a thinner, more refined pie, filled with finely ground pork, beef, or even veal. Despite these regional differences, there is a common thread that ties them all together: the spice profile. A classic tourtière is instantly recognizable by its distinct, aromatic scent. It is a warm, evocative blend of cloves, cinnamon, allspice, and nutmeg. These spices were once highly prized luxury items in the early days of the colony, reserved for special occasions. By incorporating them into the holiday pie, families were signaling that this was not an everyday meal. It was a celebration of the season, a way to bring comfort and light into the darkest, coldest nights of the year. This brings us to the most important tradition surrounding the dish, the réveillon. In French-Canadian culture, the réveillon is the grand, late-night feast held after the Christmas Eve midnight mass. After returning from the cold, the family would gather around the table to break bread, or in this case, break the crust of the tourtière. It is a moment of profound significance, representing the continuity of the family line. For many, the act of preparing the pie is a ritual passed down from grandmother to mother to child. It is a labor-intensive process, often involving hours of simmering meat and carefully crimping the pastry, but that labor is exactly what makes it sacred. Today, the tourtière is still a staple of the holiday season, but its role has shifted from a survival food to a cultural anchor. In an increasingly fast-paced world, the time required to make a proper tourtière acts as a forced pause. It demands that you slow down, gather your family, and participate in a history that stretches back nearly 400 years. Whether you prefer the chunky, rustic style of the north or the spiced, ground meat version found in the cities, the essence remains the same. It is a dish designed to be shared, a savory reminder that no matter how cold the winter gets, there is always warmth to be found in the kitchen. As you look at a golden brown crust emerging from the oven, you are not just looking at dinner. You are looking at a piece